All right, what's up, everyone? How's everyone doing? Welcome to the afternoon stream. Welcome to the afternoon stream, everyone. We'll wait a few minutes for people to get in here. What's up, Srini? How's it going? How's it going? Let's see. Let me do something real quick. There we go. It's better. 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Yeah, what's up, Srini? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Howdy, Tamara. Howdy. Yeah, very choppy day. Very choppy day, guys. No news Monday, right? That's pretty much what we expected from no news Monday. We did go half size today. We were slightly red this morning. No big deal. We were kind of you know, we went in light size, tried to go for some longs on some trades. I think 2 hit break even, 1 hit loss. So, you know, just slightly red. You know, no news Monday. Not really gonna get much out of that, so. But we did get in some positions with some bigger targets just in case we did. So, you know, we managed our risk, used proper sizing, valid trades, right? Just no news Monday. So that's really all we can do. You know, let's see what happens this afternoon. Very choppy, very choppy day. Very choppy day, guys. You can see, obviously ES did run a little bit lower, right? Oh, by the way, for everyone that was not on the morning stream, the update is in for the trend model on the indicator. So, for example, right here you can see the trend model right here, short. Boom, right? Short right there, right? So, like, obviously today is not really the day to look for trends, but you know, if you would have taken some of these, you know, maybe you could have caught some. But you know, I'll go back. This was a great day. This was the last trading day that we had. You can see the trend. So if we go to the settings here, right? You can see the trend model is activated. Okay, so it's going to give these signals right here. Boom, trend model, rip up. We actually took this one over here, you know, which is why, like, this kind of gave me the idea to add the trend model to the indicator, because we do take a lot of these trades where we kind of break out of the opening range, pull back in the gap, get that push. You see that trend model right there, run up to orb or to London high. So we did take that last Wednesday, but yeah, that is in on the indicator. So if you guys do want access to that, just join the Discord. Link is right in there. It's free. So. But yeah, right now, you know, we are just chopping right now. I'm not really, you know, if I do take a trade today, this afternoon, it'll probably just be evals, just because of how choppy we are. This is a very low probability market, right? Not much edge right now going on in the market. So, yeah, you know, if we do take something, it will be, you know, on evals, just kind of playing around, just kind of hanging out. So yeah. We do have a fair value gap right here. All right, fair value gap is right here. So let's kind of see what happens with that. See if we see if we hold it or if we inverse it. So we are holding that gap. We did kind of wick into it, trying to push up off of it right now. Let's check ES. Yeah, I mean, both are just sideways. Both are just completely sideways right now. Just right in the middle of this range. We're just right in the middle of it. So, really don't want to do anything right now inside this market. Not at all. Not at all. Like, do we want to take out yesterday's low? Like, if we go to the daily, right? Like, do we want to, so far this whole day is just inside, right? So far we're just inside this bar. We're going to close that way, right? Or are we going to kind of dip below yesterday's low, right? Right now I'm feeling like we want to dip below yesterday's low and then push higher, right? That's what I'm kind of feeling right now. So, if we can find a way to get yesterday's low, because overall I am bullish. Overall I am bullish. But now since we're just right down here, right above yesterday's low, I feel like we're gonna tag it. I feel like we're gonna tag this and then start pulling back up. So if we can see yesterday's low, I think we have a fair value gap there as well. Where is it? Do we? No, we don't. Never mind. I thought we did. We do lower. We do down here. So yeah, okay. We'll see. We'll see what we get. But yeah, very, very ugly price action. I don't recommend anyone to be trading this on their accounts right now. Definitely not. We're really just hanging out here. If we do get something, great. We take it on like evals or whatever. But really, not the time to be trading funded accounts. Srini says they're scalping. Nice, 10 points. Nice. Let me kind of clean up my chart a little bit here. Kind of clean it up. Yeah, it's fine. It's good. Yeah, so just sitting right on top of this 1 minute gap right here. Just sitting right on top of that. Then also, if you look left, you can see the indicator showing this other 1 minute gap right here. And that's what's holding us down. So we're in a fair value gap sandwich right now, just right between these two fair value gaps. All right, so right between those. I feel like we want to tap yesterday's low. Like overall, I think we are going to take out yesterday's high, but I feel like before we do that, I feel like we might want to take out yesterday's low. So if we do start slamming down lower here, maybe we can look for that. A trend model down lower would be nice. We'll see. If we can just, if we can displace through this 1 minute gap and then get the trend model short, we can look for yesterday's low. So, yeah. Still, just going sideways, just inside the fair value gaps. What's ES doing? Yeah, I mean, pretty much same thing, I guess. Pretty much the same thing. Earlier, NQ was trying to go, like NQ was trying to go. We got long off this inversion. So right here, we did take this inversion play right here on the morning stream. Something like this. And let's see. We were trying to take profit inside this 1 minute gap right here. That was pretty much like our main target was this area, and then like try to hold runners there. But it's something like this. And you know, we were just chopping, going up, down, and then right around here, once we gap filled this, on this gap fill right there, that's when we went break even. So we went break even right here. So we were up pretty good, you know, like we were up, you know, pretty much like a 1R, and then we came back down here, tagged the break even, and then ran up to our target, and then slammed down. So you know, right, a little bit unfortunate, but. Like our idea was right, you know. The reversal model was right. Just, you know, either one, we should have taken profit there first. Well, so we wanted this, you know, we wanted mainly this area, but it tapped our break even first. So it's like hindsight, right? You know, don't go break even or take profit earlier. But like how do we know that, right? How do we know that after or before? Because, you know, like this trade over here, this one right here, we got in this long, just held it to London high. Like that one's, you know, that's easy, right? So this one's a little bit tougher, very, very choppy. It's hard to hold when delivery's bad, because it's just like, you know, it can just go back to your break even, pull back up, and, you know, it's tough. So yeah, today's a very low probability day. Probably just do eval takes. If we take anything this afternoon. But yeah. The Apex 80% off ends tomorrow night, guys. Ends tomorrow night. So if you guys do want some accounts, you can use code at GC Trading. Same with Bulenox. I think Bulenox is like 91% off right now. Yeah, Bulenox like 91%. You can use same code, GC Trading. TPT 40% off. Still just chopping right here, guys. Still just chopping. You know, this little trend model right here would have been nice if you would have taken it. I did not take it, but yeah, so we did take the reversal model. So this right here is from the indicator, obviously, right? Like over here, reversal model. So you know, yeah, I'm kind of feeling like we want to slam these lows before we kind of move up here. That's what I'm feeling. You know, something like this, and then just like boom, and then go. You know, since we did consolidate in the morning, maybe the afternoon we get a good move, right? So we are inversing this 1 minute gap. So let's say we inverse this 1 minute gap and then get a trend model, we can look for that yesterday's low, right? There we go, kind of displacing right there. Let's see if we can create a fair value gap right there. See if we can tag that yesterday's low. What's the next target on ES while we wait for the minute to close? Yeah, so ES already took out low. No, ES already took out low. You know, I mean, we do have a daily gap, right? So we just gap filled the daily on ES. Okay. All right, so it looks like NQ just ran to, yeah, so ES just ran to that low right there. So we inversed that 1 minute gap. We ran, tagged yesterday's low. So is that what we want for higher? Is that it? Let's see. So, we just took out that low right there, that yesterday's low. I was kind of hoping that we would have, that was kind of like our short-term target was that low. I was kind of hoping we created a fair value gap here, got a trend model, and then just took that short, but it tagged in 2 candles. So, maybe we kind of continue and then we kind of get like some type of version back up. We'll see. We're just going to see how price reacts. This idea from us was nice, Just got tagged at break even before we could continue. Let's see, we'll do an Apex giveaway at 35 likes once again. All right, yeah, so ES, still pushing lower. NQ still pushing lower too. Let's see what we get here. See what we get at yesterday's low. Because if we take out yesterday's low and then we get a strong buy sequence with some type of inversion, then we can look to take that. If not, like let's say we continue past yesterday's low. If we continue past yesterday's low, we just keep pushing, right? We're gonna look for this hourly gap right here. Because maybe price wants to take out yesterday's low, rebalance in the 1 minute hourly gap, and then launch from there. Maybe we want to do something like that. We'll see. I just want to see how price reacts here. What's up, Sonia? What's up? So, once again, our idea was right. We had the right idea to yesterday's low from here. After that inversion, we wanted a trend model to get short, which it slammed there in 1 candle, in the very next candle. So, it is what it is. Yeah, so we'll see how we react here. Check the 5 minute. 5 minute trend model would have been pretty solid. 5 minute inversion would have been solid as well. That probably would have lost this. Yeah, I mean, like some days, if you were just listen just to the indicator, some days it just crushes it. Like, look at this inversion right there. Like, imagine you take the inversion right there, the trend model. You guys know the rule. You don't take the second inversion if that first one wins. So you wouldn't take this because that one obviously won. Trend model right here, some days are just like that, where it's just looking back on it, if you would have taken the indicator plays. 1 minute ES just sinking right now. Yeah, we're gonna rebalance in this gap. There we go. Tap the top of the gap. Tapped the top of that hourly gap. Pull it in here so we can see. Yeah, so this, something like this would have been amazing off that inversion. Just waiting for that trend model. Just waiting for that trend model, which we did not get. So. I'm probably going to add yesterday's high and yesterday's low to the indicator. Like, see how like the indicator draws London sweep, Asia, London right here, right? I'm probably going to add yesterday's low and high to the indicator. Previous day high, previous day low. So just sitting on this gap right now, just sitting on it. Lots of fair value gaps being created on the way down. Big 5-minute fair value gap right there. Yeah, this right here, this little trend model, after that wick especially, takes out that high, taps into that gap just barely. That would have been solid. That would have been pretty solid. Today was no news Monday though, so we only traded half size, and we did not trade the live account. Just a few funded accounts. All right, tapping into that trend model right there. Are we looking for the CE here, or is that the bounce? We will see. We will see. We're already so low. It's like, do we really want to get short down here? Probably not. Like there's a good chance it's gonna tap this right here, but price might try to inverse this right here. There we go, pushing up past that fair value gap. Now, I feel like we really went deeper here though. I feel like price wants deeper. Nice, Rainy, very nice. I bet you cut that short. 5-minute MNQ. 1 minute, yeah, 1 minute's inversing right there. Yes, okay. I'm gonna try a long here. Just on eval. Just on eval here. So you know there is a good chance that we do get the rebalance back here to the CE, but I'm putting on just a little bit right here. Just you know, just in case if we do get that push up. If we do run down here and we get it, then I'll just re-enter. It's fine. If we fail the inversion, so if we fail this thing right here, we're probably pushing lower. So pretty tight stop here. Pretty tight stop. A pretty high R trade. See, we have a trend model. Do we have a trend model anywhere? No, not really. You know, I want to see us hold this thing. If we close below this gap, might just tag out early. Yeah, tagging out there. Tagged out early. I don't like it. It could do whatever it wants. It could do whatever it wants. I'm not putting on real risk right now. No chance. No chance. You know, I feel like price, I don't know. I feel like price probably wants the CE right here. I don't think it's ready to turn yet. I don't think so. Yeah, it wants the CE. Wants the CE, it looks like. Right here. I do that. There's no chance. You're long. You're okay. You're long at 770. I thought you said you got long at 770. I was like, that must have been a long time ago. Yeah, we're going to CE. I feel like we're going here. Your change of state would be right here at this, so to be really confident in that leg up, we have to close up above here. So like inverse these gaps, close above that, then that would give more confidence. But I feel like we're gonna hit this first, so we'll see. Am I going too short? Probably not. Probably not. We're pretty close to it. If I can find like a little trend model short that's that has good risk reward, maybe, but 770 shares high. Good luck. Good luck, Srini. ES put in equal lows right there. You can see these equal lows right here. Equal lows. NQ did break that low. This is your typical no news Monday. This is what it's usually like when there's no news on Monday. Yeah, this 1 hour gap is going to be very important. 4 hour gap, 1 hour gap, and it's both, right? But it's going to be very important because if we inverse this gap, then we're looking for this low right here. If we hold it, start pushing up, then we're going up to all-time highs. So this is a very important gap. I would try long again if we got up above this, change the state right here, something like that. That's what I would do. If we inverse that gap and got that change in state. Other than that, I wouldn't really do much. No, a pretty choppy day. Pretty choppy day here. You know, I mean, if we would have just followed the indicator, it would have been great. Short there, right? Depending on where your stop is for that. 5 minute would have been even better. 5 minute was easy with the indicator. But let's look at NQ here. Yeah. So again, you know, if we get a strong buy sequence, change in state right here, you know, I like that after we took out the low. You know, I would try to, you know, I would like that for long. But I feel like we kind of went deeper here, though. You know, so we'll see. I don't know. I wouldn't mind trying it on eval if we got it. Something like this. But yeah, I won't put on any like real risk. No fundeds, no lives, just eval. I don't like risk I don't like risk in this market condition, in these market conditions. Now, if you really want to be safe, you know, for like kind of like a bigger move, you would wait for the 5-minute inversion. So you wait for the 5-minute inversion. That would give you a lot more confidence in that overnight high move. Or you could look for the little scalp off this inversion to that 5-minute gap fill, which would be nice. So like the 5-minute, so like, you know, here's our 5-minute gap right here, right? So your gap fill would be right there. Something like that. So, you know, if we get that closure up here, I'll probably look for that, you know, above this level right here. This will be the final trade of the session. Since you know, it is a pretty low probability session, so. All right, yeah, we got it. There we go. So yeah, you know, just you can try that for that gap fill right there. Pretty much a 1R trade. Pretty much a 1R. Final trade of the session. I like it. Tapped in, you know, took out yesterday's low, tapped into the gap, manipulation, inversion, change to delivery. I like it. Pretty much a 1R. Win or lose, final trade. Break even will be the CE of the gap. That would be safe. Break even would be right there. Yeah, I'll just leave that right there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, let's see what happens. See what happens here. See if we can get that push here, close above yesterday's low. That would be nice. That would be nice at 827, 22,827. Probably hop off at the close of this trade, whether it's a stop loss, take profit, or break even. You know, don't want to hang around too long on a no news Monday. We'll be back tomorrow morning. As long as delivery looks good, we'll trade a full size tomorrow, full size tomorrow morning. So. Is anyone in a trade? Anyone in a long? Anyone in a short? You guys waiting for a trade? What are you guys waiting for if you are? So we're up just a tad in this trade, just slightly. Just a small bit. Break even is the CE right here. Target is the gap fill, 5-minute gap fill. Devin, I probably pronounced that wrong, is long. Good luck. Good luck. Sonya's long. Good luck, guys. Good luck. Yeah, what is this song? There we go. Nice little push there. See if we can continue. ES pushing as well. ES, so let's make sure we're watching this gap as well for any type of divergence in ES and T. Almost at the gap fill in ES. Alright, so ES is at that gap fill. NQ's right below it. If you do want to take the ES gap fill, or the ESCE, you can go break even now if you wanted to, just to watch that divergence. That would be the safer option. We're almost there on NQ though. See if we can push up there a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go break even now on NQ. You know, we're just right there. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I am break even right now. I'm gonna try to get this gap fill up here. There's that CE. Let's see if we can push for the gap fill. So risk is off the table now. You know, we're just looking for a simple 1R here, just the 5-minute gap fill. Since delivery is not really the greatest right now, obviously we don't want to try to rip all the way up to overnight high, which I think we will hit. You know, I think we will hit like overnight high soon. You know, like probably not during this session, but maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. We'll see. It depends on how we react off this hourly gap. If we continue higher, then yeah. If we can continue past this, then yeah, I would expect overnight high. We are in the early stages of this push up. So you can see we are rejecting that CE. So that's why we did go break even, because this thing could easily just tap that CE and push down lower into the gap, into this gap lower. So, you know, a good place to go break even here. I do like how we just closed at the last second of that. So we do have a 1-minute gap right here. I'm curious to see how this 1 minute's gonna react, because this one did have that crazy wick. ES, all right, ES is tapping into that. Cool. Pushing into that gap right there. Pushing into this gap. Let's see if we can hit that. Let's check ES. ES is almost at gap fill. Almost at gap fill on ES. So we will watch that along with this. Right here, we are getting pretty close to it. About 10 points away, about another 10 points. So this fair value gap, this is the candle that didn't have that crazy push there. So you can see we did tap that CE. We are kind of wicking it right now. Do want to see that thing push higher into the gap fill. 5-minute gap fill. Can we do it? Can we do it? So this 5-minute closure, you can see it did close below the CE, right? So this one right here, this one, we got 4 minutes left here. So what we do not want to see is a wick. To wick down here and close below the CE, right? We want to see this candle close above that CE, right? Ideally kind of above that 1-minute gap. So we got about 3.5 minutes left on that. So if you guys do want to grab some profit, you guys can take it now. Obviously, you're at like 0.7 R, yeah, 0.7, you know, but we'll see, because this thing could flip down and close below the CE. That's kind of what I'm looking at right now. It's kind of what I'm watching. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still in. I'm still in. I want to see us poke through this 1 minute gap. Depends on where this closes, right here. Got 2.5 minutes left. I feel like the 5 minutes gonna close under the CE. Yeah, so that's exactly what I was thinking. So see so we tapped into that right there. All right, we want this 5 minute to close up here. Right now we're still holding that 5 minute CE. So it depends on where we close in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. If we close up here, I'll be more confident to stay in. If we close right here, I might just tap out for the small profit. Check ES. Okay. If you guys haven't already, please hit that like button. Helps out the stream, the afternoon stream. Come on, let's see if we can push through this gap. Can we push through it? Let's see, how long do we have till the 5 minute closure? We got a minute 20. So we want to see what happens in the last minute of the 5 minute candle. If we flip here, we close right here, I'll probably just tag out. If we close up here, I'll probably continue to hold. We got 1 minute left on that 5 minute closure. Let me make sure my targets are in place. I think they are. Yeah, they are. Just in case if it just pops it. 5 minutes, got 38 seconds left. 38 seconds left on that. Still holding that CE. Let's see if we can push it there. It's got this candle has got to close above this right here. Above 22847. It's got 8 seconds. All right, so we did, you know, we're still below that 1 minute. But we did close above the CE. So I'm gonna hold to that 1 minute gap, though. At least I'm gonna try to. We'll see. Let's see what happens here. Because delivery is not the greatest today. We gotta keep that in mind. Delivery is not the greatest. So you know, it might just not even get there. Who knows? Let's see. If this candle closes above, I'll hold. If we start rejecting, then I'll just tag out. If we close below that CE. If this closes above the CE, I'll hold. If it closes below the CE, I'm getting out for the profit that we got. Because this already does cover the previous small loss that we had here. Because that one, we cut that one early. Okay, I like that close. I like that close. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and trail stops. I'm going to put my stops just right there. Let me go do that. We are so close. We are so close to the target. Yeah, so stops are right here. So, you know, it would be a solid win either way. You know, ideally we do hit that, but Looks like it's slow, you know, it's very slow. It's tapping this right now. Tap that CE. Stops just right below this candle. Right there. Come on. You're so close. You're so close. NQ, let's go. Let's go. Did ES almost gap filled? ES has not gap filled yet. See if we can get it right there. Come on. It's so close. It tapped. No, never mind. It was one tick. It was one tick from from my target over here. Come on. Come on. There we go. Out right there. All right. Nice little win right there, guys. Nice little win. That made back that little small loss that we had earlier. It was something like this, that loss earlier. So yeah, nice. Very nice. Just a little 1 hour trade right there. Well, you know, like I said earlier, during this afternoon session, I'm not putting on real risk. Like that was an eval. That was an eval trade. I don't want to, no news Monday. I don't want to put on my fundeds or my live account. Just playing around on an eval right now. Tomorrow morning during the morning stream in the Discord, that's where I'll stack my accounts and trade my live account and all that stuff. Right now, just chilling. So yeah, you know, so the reason why I like this trade, you know, tapped into that hourly gap right here. I like the manipulation. So right here we had that first inversion, failed, took out that low. ES made equal lows, right? So ES did not make a new low. So that's some bullish SMT buy sequence, inversed right here. This gap, this 1 minute gap that I liked, change in state of delivery. And then we ran up to the 5 minute gap fill, which was my target. So that right there is my target. So if we inverse this 5 minute gap right here, that'll give me more confidence that we're gonna go higher. Like overall, I do think we will hit overnight high and yesterday's high. Right? Do I think it's gonna happen during the session? Probably not. I think it may be tonight or tomorrow or sometime this week. But we needed to grab some liquidity. So that's why we came down here, took out yesterday's low, tapped into the hourly gap and the 4 hour gap. You know, if we inverse this 5 minute gap, I think there's a good chance we kind of start our way up here to overnight high. But yeah, you know, a decent little afternoon session, Yeah. Yeah, pretty much, I mean, zero drawdown that trade. We had 2 minutes of drawdown right there. This 5 minute closure is in 4.5 minutes. So you do have a while for this right here. But yeah, if we do get that 5 minute right there, this, you know, something like this might work. I'm not gonna take it. I'll just wait, but something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'll take it. We'll see. Yeah, nice little push up there. So it looks like we are going to inverse. Got 3 minutes left. Yeah, this thing like this is probably it. This is probably it for higher. You know, we do have power hour in 4 minutes. So will it do it then, or will it do it later tonight? Like, are we just gonna close like halfway here and then like gap up tonight? We're already up here. Maybe, maybe. But I think, you know, tomorrow, for all the people that watch me trade, you know, consistently, or at least for a few days, you guys know that Tuesday through Thursdays when I use my full size. Monday, Friday, I go half size, and I don't trade my live account. So, you know, tomorrow should be fun. Tomorrow should be fun. We'll follow our system, use proper sizing. We'll be chilling. Win or lose does not matter. Just gotta trade the system. But yeah, I like this. I really like the look of this right here. You know, maybe something like this. So that's what, 975. This candle closes in 1 minute here. Inverse 5 minute. Yep, the closure's in 50 seconds. So yeah, you know, this was our this was the main trade for the afternoon session. Was this one right here? This little 1 hour trade. You know, this is more of like the scalp trade. This is kind of like the bigger overall trade. But yeah, right here, inversed. We had manipulation, inversion, change of state delivery. Just took profit at the 5 minute gap fill. You know. So yeah, but yeah, you know, something like this might work. Something like this might work for sure. Because you know, this whole day, like I have been, you know, bullish, right? I've been bullish this whole day. Just we wanted to take out some liquidity. This looks like the move though to push higher to overnight high, or at least the bottom, in my opinion. I could be wrong. You know, I definitely could be wrong, but. You know, I took out yesterday's low. That's our liquidity. Tapped into the higher time frame PD array, the 1 hour gap. Right, we had strong displacement below, and then the buyers met. You know, they competed with that with a very, very nice buy sequence. Right, inverse pretty much just as fast. I like it. Like I like this for higher. You know, I like this. So. Yeah, I like this a lot. Yep. And then that, you know, that will, yeah. Like at least to the flip, you know, the flip would be like right there, 970. Yeah. So what are the chances this candle closes bullish on the day? I think it's a good chance. Like honestly, I think it's a good chance. Clean this up a little bit. Yep. Yeah, I mean you could, off like a 5 minute for like gap. That'd be cool. Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, so 5 minute, this could be nice. This could be nice. We'll see. We'll see. Curious to see where we open up, or where we close today, and then also where we open up tonight. Yeah. Great profit. Awesome. Awesome. Glad you made some profits. Yeah, this little trade right here, like 2 minutes of drawdown. We had 2 minutes of drawdown right here, and then just run up to the 5 minute gap fill. Price is entering this gap right here. What do we do at this gap? We will find out. We will find out. All right, guys. I think I'll hop off there. I'll keep watching it. I'll see how it closes and then how it opens tonight. I'll send some messages in the Discord later today, as well as a recap for this trade right here. Daily stream, yes, I stream daily. I stream in the morning at New York Open, 9:30 a.m. Eastern in the Discord. That's completely free. All you gotta do is join the Discord. And I stream the afternoon session, usually around 2 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. And then if you want my free orb ICT indicator, all you gotta do, join the Discord, look for the link where it says free indicators. You can get it right in there. You guys can get this indicator, it's free. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Apex 80% off does end tomorrow. You can use code GC Trading. Also, if you trade Bulenox, you can use code GC Trading for 91% off right now. I think it's 91. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 91% off. So, yeah, I might look to take a little long here again. We'll see. I don't know. I'll keep you guys updated in the chat, in the Discord. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Pretty solid little win right here. We did have a small loss right here at first to start. But we cut that pretty short. So this one was bigger than that loss. So yeah, nice little session. But yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow morning. So